Hello, everybody. Welcome to IGDA GBC, our second meeting of the semester. Today, it's probably going to be a bit shorter than what we usually do because today is going to be an information session regarding Global Game Jam 2022. And yes, our school is officially listed as a site for Global Game Jam, and we are going to be discussing those topics with you today. So first off, in the Q&A voice channel session of which is just 2 units up from our lounge. I want you to guys say, guys respond with like a thumbs up or something, but if or a thumbs down if you haven't, but thumbs up or thumbs down if you have heard of Global Game Jam before. So like in the Q&A tab in voice channels.
Okay, like just post something and we'll. Never mind.
We did have this a few years back. I believe we had it in my first year, which was 2 years ago.
Just type something React here.
Yeah,
that would have
yeah. I think I should just do like I do a React. But okay, it seems like let's see if you have any okay then React here if you've participated in a game jam before.
Same React.
Yeah, just like React here.
Is that in terms of like global game jam or just
any
game jams
any sort of game jam?
Okay.
Like if it takes a part of the game jam. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, just like in any game jam. Okay. All right. It's still a decent number. So at least like some of you've heard it before. Some of you probably never even like heard of, or possibly just never even participated in a game jam before. So what is Global Game Jam? So it is the world's largest game creation event, and it's something similar to sort of like a hackathon where you and or a group of people just come together, just basically create and formulate a game within like a condensed period of time. This period of time could be around like say 48 hours or 72 hours. It's usually like from start to end you basically create something, and it's usually going to revolve around a certain theme. This year, however, and I think last year as well, Global Game Jam has gone into an online format in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. It's still very much participatable. You can still like communicate with each other and basically like create a game together. Um, Essentially, what is a game jam? As I mentioned earlier, a condensed period of time where you and a group of developers will discuss and develop a game together based on a certain theme, and you're going to revolve your game design around this game. So, say Yaniv, you want to give an example of a game that we've done together for one of our previous game jams?
So we made Vince and I made aquatic memes for Mashup Game Jam 2021. Was it? Or 2020? I don't remember this one. But yeah. Anyway, we made that. We placed fairly well in mo- like almost most of the categories actually. And yeah, it was a great experience. We learned a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone brought something to the team, and as Vince and I have stated before, like
time to dive.
Our perspective is we learn more when we work in teams, because everyone can bring a little bit to the table.
It's not a class.
I'm sorry. Someone mentioned something up because
This makes sense. Some Japanese looking houses. And the looks behind it.
Sorry, Camels. Were you gonna say something or? Um,
It might just be background audio.
Maybe.
So,
So this is an
Not
example of a game that we made for our game
Oh,
jams, which is the
thanks.
game that
Well, you
Yana
normally
was
have
just
to
talking
pop
about.
bubbles. Instead, in this game.
So in this game, the theme for this game jam game was called like unconventional means, and so how we sort of like designed our game for this mean is, yeah, it's sort of something like unconventional or just like a
so
roundabout way.
the theme was unconventional means.
Yeah, the theme was
The
unconventional.
name was aquatic means.
Yeah,
just to
that's
clarify.
what I was just trying to like mention. So it's like you have to work towards a goal in an unconventional manner. So how we sort of designed our game based around this topic was that you had to push bubbles by clicking the screen and pushing them away to
hurting
basically
them.
push them towards jars that are positioned here in the level here. So you can see it's like when you push a bubble in here, it fills a container. And so that's basically what we sort of mean by like you're revolving your design around a certain theme. In terms of like the group member size, ideally your team size should be roughly around like 4 to 5 members. 6 at like the absolute most, but we definitely recommend that like 5 is like the magic number. So what do we do in this situation? Currently, as of right now, Global Game Jam did like start. It's taking the actual like duration of the jam. The whole jam is taking place between the 20th of to the 30th of this month. What the time we scheduled our jam to start is on the 28th, from between the 28th to the 30th. So like the 28th from 5 to the 30th of 5 p.m. And so leading up to that scheduled hour, we could say we recommend that you could use this time to like start like get to know one another. Whoever's in this group that's like interested in joining the jam to like start recruiting, forming your teams, and to get to know each other. And like the jam itself isn't necessarily comprised of simply just programmers. You could be comprised of designers, artists, other sort of disciplines, even like play testers, whoever is like
Don't forget sound guys.
and the sound guys. Yes, the sound guys. Um, Essentially, it's just like you're basically coming together from different backgrounds to create a project together. As I said, the jam already sort of started though. Um, so for the duration of our jam, you have until like the 30th to finish, and they're not like forcing you to like just start creating something on the 28th and putting yourself in that 48-hour time period. You have the time to like formulate your groups together, brainstorm the idea together. And I do mean like brainstorm the idea together early, because Global Game Jam has actually released their trailer and keynote video this past Sunday actually. So the theme of the Game Jam is sitting around here somewhere. We should try to divide the groups to have a mix of people who have and haven't done a jam before. Good idea. I've actually like prior to this meeting, I put down here like meeting room 1, 2, 3, 4, and after like I'm done with this information session, I would like encourage you guys to join into one of those meeting rooms and basically like start communicate with each other, meet each other.
I would also try to diversify it a little bit. We have I don't know, like we have a sheets. So and with that, like we can also divide this.
That's actually my next point actually. So
Perfect.
where do we sign up for Global Game Jam? So first off, this is kind of upside down. So the official Global Game Jam website, our official site is here. Global Game Jam 2022 Jam Sites George Brown GGJ. I'll put that under general here. Oh, that is an image, not the. That's a PNG. What the heck? One sec. I have the. So here is our official George Brown website for Global Game Jam. I'll paste the link here. I don't know why it sent an image file of all things, but here essentially you can you'd have to create an account with Global Game Jam first, and then you can join our site here. Back to the list. We have an official Discord group for Global Game Jam, as I've mentioned earlier. It is this link here. We again, this is sorry, control click. I'm gonna put that here and place it here in general. So over here in general is the Discord link to GBC Global Game Jam 2022. Feel free to, if you're interested in signing up for the jam, and then you can join the Discord here, and then this is our official channel that we'll be using to communicate during the duration of the jam. Last thing I want to put up here is
don't forget to mention this jam is not just for Georgia Brown students. If you have any friends, even in other disciplines like comp sci, that would be interested in making a game with you, feel free to invite them.
So actually, it doesn't matter which like email I use, George Brown or my own, right?
Yeah, like this is open to everyone. This is open to the public, not just George Brown students.
Yeah, it's not just George Brown students. We did most of the promotion within George Brown, but if you have someone outside of school that you want to have like come work with you, yes, they are free to come work with you. The last form that I want to paste, I'll be placing it within our jam page. Where should I put this? This is Microsoft Forms. So this is essentially a Microsoft Forms link that basically lists like once you've made a team together, this we'll use this form to like track the responses of like what your team name is and what comprises of your group member. So when you're filling out and sending this information to us for your group members, we would like to like know like the name of the group member and the ID and the Discord ID of what they're tied with. So we can use that.
Do you need the role as well, Vince?
We're gonna set roles once the team names start rolling in. So it's like we like to have the team name first, and then once we have the team name, we can create dedicated chat and voice channels in our Discord server, so that we can like formally organize you guys here. Okay, moving on. Yaniv, you were talking about the Excel sheet. This is where you're going to talk about it.
So yeah, I don't. I hope that the permissions are working properly on it. But right there, can you put that?
Yeah. So.
So yeah, I mean, we made a spreadsheet for GGJ 2022 here. Like these, this is kind of more lead and creative positions, right? So I figure like we separated it into concept art, game design, and programmers, especially lead programmers, right? And then we gave everyone an ability. Yeah, we can do art like art sound as well. There. And then yeah, we gave everyone an ability to share their social medias and their portfolios as well here, so that if you don't have anyone, right, you can scout and like look for someone that maybe inspires you with their portfolio, right? And send them a message, show them your portfolio, and see if you can make a game.
So essentially, this is another way of doing like looking for group. You can paste your information here and whatever contact information you want, like portfolios, LinkedIn, Instagram, socials. Even probably like put in Discord ID or contact email in here, and we can use this. You can use this spreadsheet to scout for members.
You can add a tab there for email. That's a good idea, Vince. If you are lead, I would recommend at the very least to do email, portfolio, and LinkedIn. You don't have to do Instagram and socials, but if you have a Twitter, if you have an IG, feel free to start that as well.
Mm-hmm. So recommendations from us, we do recommend that you should install whatever you guys need prior to like actually starting your game. So if you guys are working on Unity, working with the game on Unity, we'd consider you guys to divulge what version of Unity you would want to work with, as well as any sort of art asset creators like Blender, Photoshop. Have those set up and ready prior to actually starting your game. Please sign up on the Global Game Jam site first. As when you're creating your game, you're going to need a submission window, and the submission window is placed on the site first. I think that submissions are only done done through the site itself. As I mentioned earlier, name and Discord ID when you're filling out the Microsoft form. Also, be open to ask anyone to help playtest your game. A few of you guys are in the game design program at Toronto Film School. That's awesome, actually. We hope you guys are able to like grab some teammates together and definitely like this is good. This is great. This is gonna be a great addition to your portfolio, I believe. Keep the scope of your game concise. Yes. Remember that you only have so much time to work on a game through and during the game jam period. So definitely a small scope is definitely recommended.
So to clarify on what Vince was saying a few slides earlier, the scope of the jam like is quote unquote 48 hours, right? But because the theme is already released, right? You can start now, forming your groups, starting networking, right? And then even starting like prototyping a few things here and there, uh, like a few days into this, before the 28th. And like we're not gonna be too harsh on that. Just try not to have a full game made before the 28th, because you can experiment here and there, right? You can maybe even like make like some spaghetti games, right? Just to get some tools ready, right? But and if you guys do want to quote unquote work on it earlier, right? Try not to put that in the official server at the very least, and because this is a professional server and we're monitored by a board.
So general code of conduct stuff. There's a full code of conduct list that can be found here on this link. Feel free to take a picture of that. I can't really just like copy and paste this for some reason, but essentially, we are trying to emphasize communication. So be open and willing to pick up anyone that wishes to join throughout the duration of the jam. Because maybe like some people are just interested in starting on the 28th or something. Feel free to pick up. Feel free to ask it if anybody is looking for a group. We ask that you, if you seem to be like under the number, say like 4 people or something, feel free to be open to people still looking. Feel free to contact your site organizers. So us IGD execs, myself, Yaniv, and Hardik, if you need anything to help prepare. So yeah, so for next week though, since next week is technically our official launch date for us to begin, we're going to use next week, January 28th at 5 o'clock, to be displaying the trailer, the keynote, and the theme reveal. And this session will be done on the on the George Brown College GGJ Discord. So please keep your tabs on that. I believe that's everything that I wanted to discuss about the jam itself. if you guys, yeah.
One more thing, like at least mentioned to us is that the like JP and maybe some other profs will be looking at some of the games that are made here. So this is a chance to, if you are a student, to impress your professors, and this can potentially help you down the line with your studies here.
Hmm. Yeah, we do have a year-end showcase. So it's like if you end up feeling really proud of the game that you make during the Global Game Jam, it's definitely something that you want to show to the school. They're open for that.
And they're even open towards giving some some type of award potentially.
Sorry, Law Romantics. Which form do you not have access to quite yet? Is it the team? Is it the team form? If that's the case, I think I still need to send that out.
I'm pretty sure myself and the people that I have here with me from TFS, none of us have access to it.
Oh,
We do not.
Yeah, we don't.
Is it the Microsoft? Is it the Microsoft form or the?
Whichever form you sent the link for in TFG, I think it was, in that Discord channel you shared.
Oh, LF.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
LFG.
LFG.
Yeah.
One sec. Forms office. Weird. This is supposed to be a shareable link. If I don't have access to it, that's weird. Do I have permission to view or respond to this form? That is interesting. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment. Copy.
You might have
Send
to
and collect this.
contact
Only people in specific people in my organization can respond. This is.
You might have to contact JP on that one.
Because I was discussing this with Cindy Batista,
Where's
who's the
Cindy?
marketing, who did the marketing, who does the marketing at George Brown College. Sorry, that's weird.
But we'll get that resolved ASAP.
Yeah, we're gonna try to we'll try to get this resolved. I swear this was working earlier.
Yeah, also the Google Sheets doesn't provide access for that one either.
Thank you for bringing light of that to us.
Yeah, as I seem to access it, but is it what are the permissions on this one? Oh, these are private. One sec. I'm gonna change the link. Anyone with this link can edit. Copy.
Make sure make sure you hit done on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now go share and copy.
Yeah. Copy the link. Okay. If it's open, can you guys see it and access it now? As for the Microsoft form off, that's just with the Microsoft forms. This is
It's working now.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So the Microsoft forms, they're done by like our school's marketing director or something. So Vince we'll probably have to meet with her at a later date and get that done. But it is on her radar, so we'll do that.
It's
either you guys ASAP.
It's either that or I just move this to like a Google sheet, and then I can put that in LFG as well. I think that works a little bit better for me. When we guys
if we have
GP,
multiple disciplines, should we put our name multiple times throughout this thing here?
Good question. Maybe for the time being, what we could do is put one in a discipline you feel most confident in. So it's like if you see yourself more as a designer, put yourself as a designer. See more yourself as a programmer, put yourself as a programmer.
You can maybe put it like at the end, like in like Nopi, like I have experience in these other disciplines as well. But try to keep it like try to like scope into your main one, put your info within your main one, and then you can like at the end list that you have experience or exposure to the other disciplines, to these other disciplines as well.
Badonker, yes, we do mean John Palomore. He's been working with us to help sort of like promote this jam across the school.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. I had him for last semester for basic programming and stuff. He works at TFS. That's really sweet.
That's awesome. That's more or less the information that we wanted to discuss with you guys about Global Game Jam. So I'm going to cut the recording like right around here, but for those of you that are here and are interested in joining, thank you guys once again for joining the information session. I'll stop the recording here. So thank you guys for whoever is listening to this on YouTube.